What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football news, updates, and more. Guys, there's been quite a bit of chatter about Adrian Klemm getting picked up by Kalen DeBoer in Alabama, even though there hasn't been any official word coming from Alabama that he's been actually hired. But there's been other chatter and mostly really criticism about his time at New England in the NFL, the New England Patriots. For the one lone season that he was there, the productivity out of the offense was just simply a record of 4-13, and said that there were offense struggles. But can we just simply say that Adrian Klemm was fully responsible for a 4-13 record? Now, we know that an offensive line has to do their job, just like we expected Alabama to do under Chris Kapilovic for the last 2 seasons. But does that one season have an impact on potentially what this man could do for Alabama? But again, guys, there hasn't been any official word that he has actually been hired by Alabama. It's just that the expectation of him getting hired is really high, but there's been really no official word that he's been hired. He's hired. We hadn't seen that yet. Guys, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but as usual, I had to go over. Let's make sure we break down this guy's experience and coaching record from 2020 to 2024. Okay, guys, let's go over that. A summary. All right? Again, I'm not going to take too much of your time, and welcome to the channel. Now, from 2020 to 2024, an analysis of his strengths and weaknesses as an offensive line coach. Now, we're talking about Adrian Klemm, okay? AI is helping me out on this. Now, it says that Klemm's role in 2024 was not an on-field offensive line coach. He served as an analyst at USC. So let's isolate that. Now, in 2020, he was with the Pittsburgh Steelers as an assistant offensive line coach. The team record in 2020 was 12-4, first in the AFC North. Now, the playoffs, he lost in the wild card round. Steelers offense benefited from a strong offensive line presence, and Pittsburgh allowed the fewest sacks in the NFL to 14. In 2021, he was still there. The team record was 9-7-1, lost in the wild card round. Offensive line helped rookie running back Najee Harris run for 1,200 yards. That means that the offensive line was doing their job. Under who? Adrian Klemm. Now, in 2022, he was with the Oregon Ducks. Role was assistant head coach, offensive line coach, run game coordinator. The team record at Oregon in 2023, 10-3. Oregon's offensive line led the nation with only 5 sacks allowed in 13 games. Who was the offensive line coach? Adrian Klemm. And the Ducks had a top-tier rushing attack. Now, here's what the critics has been talking about. 2023, he was with the New England Patriots as offensive line coach. Team record was 4-13. Patriots offense struggled in its lone season, finishing with one of the league's worst offensive outputs. Can that solely be the responsibility of Adrian Klemm? It's NFL. You're dealing with professional athletes. These aren't college students. But we see that there's a dramatic fall off between what he did at Pittsburgh and what he was trying to do at New England. Again, probably faced with injuries and other things and was rotating personnel out. Again, that's just my opinion. Now, let's go to 2024. He was just a offensive analyst. He did not coach an offensive line in that role. He was not, he's just an analyst. So support role primarily was his job, not as an offensive line coach. Now, it says the cumulative wins and losses, 33, 32, and 1 from 2020 to 2024. Now, let's look at his strengths. Hit that subscribe button and give me a roll tide. Pass protection success. Steelers allowed the fewest sacks in the NFL in 2020, as I said earlier. Only 14 sacks that whole season. demonstrating excellent pass protection as a coach. He did a great job there. Now, Oregon Ducks only allowed 5. Like I said, these are his strengths. What does this tell us about Klemm? Install sound technique and structure, helping lines protect the quarterback efficiently when the talent and continuity are present. Key words, talent and continuity are present. Now, run game and blocking fundamentals, another strength. At Oregon, the team had a top-tier rushing attack. Offensive line played a key role in run blocking success. Again, rookie Najee Harris rushed for over 1,200 yards. Okay? So that says a lot. His offensive lines have performed well in run blocking and fundamentals when cohesive pieces are available. Player development and talent maximization. Coaching multiple linemen who achieved All-American honors and moved on to the NFL opportunities at Oregon and college levels. Known as a strong communicator and teacher who emphasizes technique. Now here's some weaknesses. NFL performance isn't consistent. In 2023, Patriots O-line performance was poor. Overall, an offense struggle broadly. It's hard to isolate coaching impact. See what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, this guy, he did a terrible job. 4-13 at New England. But you just can't put it solely on the shoulders of the offensive line coach. But results, as I said, was underwhelming. All right, some critics of his NFL tenure point to struggles, adapting to personnel challenges, injuries, and complexity at the professional level. That's still hard to say because he was at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Personnel and continuity dependence. His best O-line units were often ones with established talent and continuity, Oregon and the Steelers. When continuity or talent was lacking, Patriots injuries, O-line turnover, performance suffered. Now, mixed perception amongst peers. That's what I was talking about. While many praise his teaching ability and fundamentals approach, some voices, especially fans and analyst commentary, question his effectiveness under NFL pressures when talent is inconsistent. Now, guys, again, all of a sudden, Adrian Klemm name becomes the hot name for Alabama's new O-line coach. Again, there hasn't really been an official word coming out of Alabama. He's hired. I haven't seen it myself, though other social media outlets have said he's hired. But all of a sudden, we're getting this criticism about his time at New England. New England sucked back in that year, okay? Tom Brady had been gone. I mean, it was just so many different things going on with New England at that time. Like, let's not forget, that was probably like Belichick's last year at New England, and Belichick wasn't Belichick anymore, really. But guys, what's your thoughts? You leave a comment. I mean, look, there's strength and weaknesses in all coaches. The difference right now is that we need a offensive line coach with some moxie. And I believe that this guy can be that guy because he's working with college players and he's proven to be successful at the collegiate level already. All right. Yeah, we can watch out for anything that potentially we can see if he's the guy that will noticeably give us an impression that, oh yeah, this guy's horrible. He's coaching like he did when he was at the Patriots. But let's go on his body of work. Okay? So let's just wait and see if it pans out to be that way or not. I'm just saying let's give the man a chance. Because for 2 seasons, that first season under Chris Kapilovic, hey, it was being masked because Jalen Milroe was still the quarterback. So a lot of stuff, they were able to mask issues with the offensive line. But with Ty Simpson coming in for that second year under the same offensive line somewhat, well, it was retooled a little bit because Booker had went to the NFL. Like, think about it. The struggles were there, and they were prominent, especially against good defenses. So, guys, what's your thoughts about Adrian Klemm's criticism in the NFL? And also, too, we're waiting to see if this man actually got the job. Guys, as always, thanks for the pull-up. Remember, back in Bama with Corey, all about Bama football.
Subscribe to Back in Bama with Corey,
all about Bama football. Turn on all notifications and hit that like button.